losing everything is that it doesn't happen when the person leaves. It happens when you finally understand they were never really there. I used to think I was good at reading people. I noticed small things. The way someone avoided eye contact when they lied. The way their voice changed when they were uncomfortable. I thought after 34 years of living, a few failed relationships, and enough disappointments, I knew when someone was pretending. Then I met her, and she proved that the best lies don't look like lies. They look exactly like everything you've been waiting for. Her name was Anna. At least, that's what she told me. I met her on a rainy Thursday evening in a small coffee shop I almost never visited. That's the detail that still bothers me. I wasn't supposed to be there. My usual place was closed because of renovations, so I walked 2 blocks further and stepped into a quiet little cafe on the corner. If I had gone home, if I had ordered delivery, if I had done anything differently, I never would have met her. She was sitting near the window with a book in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. Everyone else in that place was staring at their phones, but not her. That's what I noticed first. She looked like she belonged to another time. When I walked past her table, I accidentally dropped my wallet. Before I even noticed, she picked it up. "You probably shouldn't lose this," she said. I laughed. "Why?" She smiled. "Because people aren't always as nice as me." I remember that sentence now. I remember every word. Because she was warning me. I just didn't know it yet. We started talking. 5 minutes became 30. 30 became 2 hours. The rain stopped. The coffee shop started closing. And somehow, I was still sitting across from a woman I had met by accident, telling her things I normally never told anyone. She was easy to talk to. Too easy. She listened in a way most people don't. Not waiting for her turn to speak. Actually listening. When I told her about my work, she remembered details. When I mentioned my childhood dog, she asked about him 2 weeks later. When I told her my father had passed away, she didn't give me the usual, "I'm sorry." She just asked, "What do you miss most about him?" Nobody had ever asked me that. That was Anna's gift. She knew exactly what question would unlock a person, especially me. The first month felt like something from a movie. I hated people who said things like that, but it did. Late night walks, cooking together, talking until sunrise, random messages in the middle of the day. I had always believed love was supposed to build slowly, but with Anna, it felt like I was catching up with someone I somehow already knew. She noticed everything. My favorite wine, the songs I played when I was stressed, the fact that I always checked the door twice before sleeping. She laughed about that. "You really don't trust the world, do you?" "Not really," I said. She smiled. Good. Good. Means you're smart." Then she kissed me. And somehow, I trusted her. Funny how that works. Sometimes the right person makes you lower your walls, And sometimes the wrong person just learns how to climb them. After 2 months, she started spending more time at my apartment. It happened naturally. A toothbrush appeared beside mine, then a few clothes in my closet, then her favorite coffee in my kitchen. Small things, normal things. At least they seemed normal. One night, she watched me searching everywhere for my keys. "You always lose them," she laughed. "I do not." "You absolutely do." 10 minutes later, she found them under a magazine. The next week, she bought me a small wooden bowl. "For your keys," she said. I smiled. "You're organizing my life now." "Someone has to." After that, my keys were always there, right beside the door, exactly where she knew they would be. I thought it was love. I didn't realize she was learning. There were signs. There are always signs. You just explain them away when you love someone. Once, I walked into my office and found her looking through old photos. She was holding a picture of my father. "Sorry," she said quickly. "I was just curious." I smiled. "It's okay." Another time she asked, "If something happened to you, where would all your important documents be?" I laughed. "What kind of question is that?" "A practical one." "In the desk." "Really?" "Yeah, bottom drawer." She nodded. I forgot the conversation 5 minutes later. She didn't. Another night she saw my watch. The one my father gave me before he died. She picked it up carefully. "This looks expensive." "It's not about the money." "I know." She looked at me. "What's it about?" I told her everything. How my father saved for months to buy it. How he gave it to me after my first promotion. How it was the only thing of his I still had. Anna touched my hand. "Then never lose it!" And I promised I wouldn't. 6 months after meeting her, I gave her a key. The funny thing is, she never asked. That's what made me trust her more. She didn't push. She waited until I offered. Looking back, I think that was the plan. Because asking creates suspicion. Waiting creates trust. She was patient. More patient than anyone I'd ever known. One Friday night, she came over with dinner. We watched an old movie. She fell asleep on my shoulder. I remember looking down at her and thinking, this is it. This is the person. I was completely sure. That was the last night I saw her. The next morning, I woke up alone. At first, I didn't panic. I thought she went for coffee. She did that sometimes. I checked my phone. No message. Strange. I called. Straight to voicemail. I texted. Nothing. An hour passed. Then 2. Something felt wrong. Not scary yet. Just wrong. Like walking into a room and forgetting why you came there. I noticed her toothbrush was gone. Then her jacket. Then the clothes clothes from my closet. Every trace of her had disappeared. My heart started beating faster. I went into my office. I don't know why. Maybe some part of me already knew. The bottom drawer was open. The documents were gone. The cash I kept for emergencies. Gone. The safe behind my bookshelf. Open. Empty. I couldn't breathe. Then I saw the nightstand, and I already knew before I opened it. My father's watch. Gone. That hurt more than the money. More than anything. Because she knew. She knew exactly what it meant. And she still took it. The police asked me questions. Questions I hated answering. Full name, Anna Williams. Fake. Workplace. Fake. Address. Fake. Family. Fake. Almost everything I knew about the woman I loved was a story, a character, a performance created specifically for me. One officer asked, "Did you ever feel like something was off?" I almost laughed. Because no, that was the worst part. Nothing felt off. Everything felt perfect. And that was the warning. 3 months later, I stopped looking. Not because I moved on. Because there was nothing left to find. Anna didn't exist. No accounts, no history, no records, nothing. She was a ghost. Until one night, I found her. Completely by accident. Just like we met. I was scrolling online when I saw a photo from a restaurant opening in another city. At first, I just froze. Because my brain recognized her before I did. The same smile. The same eyes. The same way she tilted her head when someone took a picture. It was her. But the caption said, "Congratulations to Emily and Mark on their engagement." Emily, not Anna. She was standing beside another man, her hand on his chest, a diamond ring on her finger, looking at him the exact same way she used to look at me. I clicked his profile. Successful, single father, nice apartment, expensive watches. And then I saw it. A photo from inside his home. On the table near the door. A small wooden bowl. For his keys. My stomach turned cold. Because suddenly I understood. I wasn't unlucky. I wasn't special. I was practice. I wasn't the first man she destroyed. And I wouldn't be the last. I stared at that photo for almost an hour. Part of me wanted revenge. Part of me wanted answers. But mostly, I wanted to know one thing. Was any of it real? Any laugh? Any conversation? Any moment? Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. One message. No name. Just 6 words. Don't try to find me again. I stared at the screen. Because I never told anyone I found her. Nobody. Which meant somehow she knew. was still watching. I changed my number the next day, moved apartments a month later, started over. People ask if I'm afraid to trust again. The answer is no. I'm not afraid someone will lie to me. I'm afraid someone will tell me exactly what I need to hear. Because the most dangerous strangers don't